Every muscle in my back was screaming. My hands were numb from shoveling snow for hours. And just when I thought we were finally free, I realized someone had parked their car across the only exit of our apartment lot. That was the moment I stopped being polite. If you've ever been disrespected, ignored, or pushed to your limit by someone who thinks the rules don't apply to them, hit subscribe. Drop a like if you enjoy quiet, clever revenge that doesn't cross a line. And let's get into a story where justice comes in the form of fresh snow. Winter had absolutely destroyed our apartment complex. I'm talking thick, heavy snow, the kind that doesn't just fall, it buries. The kind that turns a normal day into a full-body workout, just to leave your own home. And the worst part? The parking lot hadn't been plowed. Not once. So everyone was fending for themselves. Shovels leaning against cars. People carving out paths like pioneers. It was every tenant for themselves. That morning, I helped my girlfriend dig her car out so she could leave. It took forever. Snow packed on the tires. Ice locked around the wheels. By the time we finally got her out, my arms felt like rubber. I thought that was the worst of it. I was wrong. That evening, I had to do it again. Different parking spot. Same nightmare. By the time we finally got our car moving, it was dark, freezing, and I was running on fumes. My gloves were soaked through. My breath came out in angry clouds. All we wanted to do was leave. And then we saw it. A car parked directly across the only exit of the parking lot. Not kind of blocking it. Not accidentally angled wrong. Fully, intentionally, blocking it. I stood there staring at it, my brain refusing to accept what I was seeing. You have to understand, there was only one way in and one way out of this lot. No side exit, no backup path, nothing. And this guy had decided that his convenience mattered more than every single person who lived there. I don't usually get angry. I'm a peacekeeper by nature. I avoid conflict. I rationalize. I let things go. But something in me snapped. I honked. Once. Twice. Again. Nothing. I got out of the car and yelled, "Whose CAR is this?" My voice echoed off the buildings. No response. At this point, my girlfriend was sitting in the driver's seat, exhausted, watching me pace through the snow like a caged animal. I called the apartment maintenance company, hoping, praying, they could tow it. They said they'd send someone out, which, in maintenance language, could mean minutes or hours. So I started digging. I figured if I could clear enough snow from two nearby spots, maybe, just maybe, she could squeeze through. Every scoop of snow felt heavier than the last. My shoulders burned. My hands were stiff. Then I picked up a shovelful that was just perfect, a solid, heavy clump, and an idea crossed my mind. I walked over to the car blocking the exit and dumped that snow directly onto the windshield. It felt good. So good, in fact, that I scooped another. That's when I heard it. "What are you doing?" I turned around and froze. A guy was standing there. He must have been sitting in the car or just walked up. I honestly don't know. He looked shocked, offended, like I was the problem. I'd never yelled at a stranger before. Not really. But the words came out of me like they'd been waiting. "You're blocking the only exit. Move your car." My heart was pounding. For a split second, I wondered if this was how dumb news stories started. But then something interesting happened. He didn't argue. He didn't puff his chest. He didn't threaten me. He looked embarrassed. He brushed the snow off his windshield in silence, got into his car, and drove away. Just like that. The exit was clear. My girlfriend drove out. And suddenly, the tension drained from my body all at once. Here's the funny part. As I watched him drive off, a familiar feeling crept in. Guilt. I almost walked over to help him clean the rest of the snow off his car. That's just how I am. But then I remember the hours of shoveling. The cold. The frustration. The sheer selfishness of blocking dozens of people in without a second thought. And I realized something important. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't damage his car. I didn't threaten him. I didn't escalate. I just made his bad decision inconvenient enough that he had to fix it. And that was enough. Later that night, I thought about how ridiculous it was that I even felt bad. We're conditioned to keep the peace, even when someone else breaks the rules, to stay polite while being disrespected. But sometimes justice doesn't need to be loud or cruel. Sometimes it's just a shovel and a little snow. The parking lot exit stayed clear after that. No more block paths. No repeat offenders. Word must have gotten around. And honestly, I slept better knowing I stood up for myself and everyone else without crossing a line. That night taught me something. You don't always need to explode to be effective. You don't need to ruin someone to correct them. Sometimes, all it takes is removing the convenience that allowed the bad behavior in the first place. If the story made you smile, nod, or think, yeah, I'd do the same thing, make sure you like and subscribe for more satisfying Reddit revenge stories. And tell me in the comments, what's the most justified petty revenge you've ever seen? Your story might be featured next.